ADR, promoting dialogue.
It's 6 o'clock here in Dakar, Accra and Banjul, 7 o'clock in Porto Novo and Abuja. Good evening and many thanks for joining us on West Africa Democracy Radio, broadcasting on 94.9 FM and worldwide on wadr.org. Welcome to the third edition of Newslink. First, our top stories. ECOWAS delegation engages coalition for peaceful change in Côte d'Ivoire ahead of October elections.
Our exchanges were very fruitful. Our wish was to have the opportunity to express our plea because what we want are elections that are clean in our country, but that are peaceful, transparent and inclusive.
Border communities in Senegal in panic mode following jihadist attacks in neighboring Mali. Ghana's President Mahama launches 24-hour economy agenda, describing it as national reset.
While the 24-hour plus program is national in scope, our flagship intervention is the Volta Economic Corridor, a transformational effort to unlock the economic and environmental potential of the Volta Lake and its surrounding lands.
And Malian army neutralizes more than 80 insurgents during coordinated attacks targeted military formations. Please stay tuned for details of these stories and more.
Here is Imo Edit with Newslink.
Many thanks for joining our broadcast. We'll begin the bulletin with some news from the sub-region as ECOWAS delegation continues its pre-election mission in Côte d'Ivoire ahead of the October 25 elections. Theodore Holo, former president of the Constitutional Court of Benin, who is leading the delegation today, met with the Coalition for Peaceful Change in Côte d'Ivoire. Discussions focused on the removal of opposition members from the ballot 4 months before the presidential polls. The coalition, which brings together several opposition parties, expressed satisfaction with the outcome of the discussions and expressed optimism for the continuation of the electoral process. Here is Simon Gbagbo, spokesperson for the coalition.
Our exchanges were very fruitful. Our wish was to have the opportunity to express our plea because what we want are elections that are clean in our country, but that are peaceful, transparent and inclusive. That's our project, and that's why we have been fighting since 2024 to obtain national dialogue. And every time someone knocks on our door, we are asked why we are crying. We are happy to receive this people and to explain to them why we are crying, why we are shouting, and they listened to us. We saw them take our abandonment. We count on the power of the organization to come and help us in our country so that we can have peaceful elections following an open political dialogue that will allow everyone to express their needs, their wishes, which will allow us to obtain the total modification of the electoral system so that we have a better balanced system, a system that really takes into account the wishes and the desire of the population itself.
Simone Gbagbo is a spokesperson for the Coalition for Peaceful Change in Côte d'Ivoire. In Nigeria, security forces have intensified operations across troubled communities in north-central Benue and Plateau states, arresting suspected militiamen and reclaiming occupied villages from armed groups. Authorities say the reclaimed villages are now under close surveillance, with increased patrols aimed at preventing further incursions and allowing displaced residents to return to their communities. WDR's correspondent Abuja's Manumaro reports on coordinated effort to restore peace and stability in these restive areas of north-central Nigeria.
Joint security forces have arrested 25 persons in Benue State and reclaimed several villages from armed groups in Plateau in a renewed offensive targeting banditry and militia violence in Nigeria's north-central region. The crackdown in Benue took place along the Katsina-Ala-Takum Federal Highway, where coordinated patrols led to the arrest of 25 individuals suspected of involvement involvement in kidnapping, banditry and attacks on rural communities. Security sources say the operation followed credible intelligence of a planned assault on To Donga town by armed herdsmen and criminal gangs. Initial arrests were made in Bise town, a notorious flashpoint in Katsina-Ala local government area of Benue State, where 4 suspects attempted to flee upon sighting the patrol convoy. A subsequent raid in the same vicinity led to the capture of 21 more individuals linked to recent waves of violence. Among those apprehended, 14 have been confirmed as loyalists of Konyo, a well-known militia leader in the region. The suspects, all natives of Bise town, are believed to be part of a wider armed network responsible for ambush and kidnapping across Benue's eastern corridor. Authorities have since intensified monitoring in the area to prevent further regrouping by criminal elements. Meanwhile, in Plateau State, a joint force comprising the Nigerian Army, Mobile Police Force and the Special Intervention Squad launched a clearance operation in the Horop district of Bokos local government area. The intervention comes after suspected Fulani militias reportedly occupied several villages, forcing residents to flee. The security team encountered stiff resistance but managed to overpower the armed groups in a fierce exchange of gunfire. Makeshift camps set up by the attackers were destroyed and 2 motorcycles left behind by fleeing assailants were recovered. Authorities say the reclaimed villages are now under close surveillance with increased patrols aimed at preventing further incursions and allowing displaced residents to return to their communities. The operations in both states underscore Nigeria's ongoing battle against rural insecurity as authorities attempt to dismantle armed networks threatening peace in vulnerable regions of West Africa's most populous country. For Newslink on West Africa Democracy Radio, Usman Umar, reporting from Abuja.
Still in Nigeria, former national chairman of the African Democratic Congress ADC, Chief Rafungosu, has formally handed over and presented the membership card of the party to a former Senate President David Mark and a former governor of Osun State, Ralph Aregbesola, as the interim new national chairman and national secretary respectively. Leaders